Hey viewers, something that comes up occasionally is people have problems removing these older 15mm crank bolts. They have a socket and it just won't fit into the opening. The outside diameter of the socket is just too wide to fit in there. So I'm going to show you several different solutions for this. Now, one option is to buy a tool specifically made to remove crank bolts. This is an older Park tool, CCW2. They don't make it anymore, but it had the 14mm socket, which is the most common, but it also had a 15mm and much less common 16mm socket on there as well. And the 15mm just fits on there perfectly. They also made a CCW15, which had just the 15mm socket on there. Like I said, I don't think they don't make these anymore. The tool they make now just has the 14, but you can find some of these older tools on eBay. There was also other companies that made wrenches as well with the 15mm sockets. I think most of the ones you see now that are still being made are like off-brand ones, and I've seen some that have like the 15mm and the 14mm. So if you look around on Amazon, eBay, you can find some of those, or you look for some of the old vintage tools on eBay. But that's one option. Now, another option is to find a smaller diameter, thinner walled socket that will fit into that opening. The inside diameter of this opening here is about 20.65 millimeters. And the diameter of my Craftsman socket is 20.94 millimeters. That's why it won't fit in there. Now, not all sockets are made the same. I went to my local thrift store and bought a handful of used 15mm sockets, and when I brought them home, I tested them, and I found a couple of them were a smaller diameter. Like this one here is 20.5 millimeters in diameter, which is less than that 20.65 millimeter diameters I measured the inside. Both of the ones I found that were the smaller diameter in the fit were Stanley brand. Now, I can't guarantee that all Stanley brand sockets are going to be that smaller diameter, but the two that I bought were. They were both 6-point sockets like this. So if you look around, you can find some smaller diameter sockets that are less than that 20.65 millimeters. I think 6-point sockets might be your best bet, but I can't guarantee that. 12-point might work as well. So you'll just have to do some shopping. But if you can't find a smaller diameter socket, I have another solution for you. Now, another option is you can take a socket and grind the walls of the socket down thinner. I have a cheap used socket here, and it currently measures 21.26 millimeters in diameter, so it's way too fat to fit in the opening. So what I could do is, just with the grinder going, is just carefully just run this up against there and grind it down. But it's probably not going to be really even, and I want to get a little bit more even than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a drill and spin this against the grinding wheel, so hopefully I'll get nice even down there. And I don't need to grind the whole length of the socket, just maybe about the first centimeter or so that it'll fit inside that opening. So there's my socket ground down. Let's go ahead and throw the caliper on there and see how it does. And here's like 20.4 millimeters in diameter, so that should fit in the opening there. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So we'll go ahead and try that in there. So now this socket fits in there just very nicely. So let's go ahead and try to remove that bolt in there. And let me see here. And the bolt is coming out. And so there are several solutions of how to remove a 15mm crank bolt. You can also use these solutions for a 16mm crank bolt as well. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you found this video useful or interesting. If you did, please give my video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button down below. Be sure to click the bell so you get notified when new videos come out. I'm over on Facebook, RJ the Bike Guy. Go over there, like that page. I post a lot of stuff over there. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching.